And a pleasant good Tuesday evening to everyone. It is September 27th, 2022. My name is William, and this is a new episode of CBS News Philadelphia Now. We have breaking news as some football players were shot in Roxborough, North Philadelphia. My favorite news reporter, Carrie Corrado, has more on that story. Carrie, good evening to you.
Tuesday night outside of Roxborough High School. Parents and grandparents rushed to the school. I can't even think straight now. But I have my grandson and want to get him home, get him safe and sound. This used to be a safe haven for our young people. And to see that now that our young people can't even come in the scrimmage game. Police say Roxborough High School, Northeast High School, and Boys Latin charter football teams just wrapped up their scrimmage when the shots were fired. Investigators say as the players walked off the field, at least two people in a green Ford Explorer drove up and ambushed them. That was a cowardly act today, to come out and ambush people coming off a ball field. That makes you tough? I think not. I am personally disturbed by and quite frankly angry with this senseless act of violence, and it's unacceptable. Police say 5 players from the Roxborough High School football team were shot, among them a 14-year-old who was killed. The other teams were taken to Einstein and Temple hospitals. The roads around the school were blocked off and evidence markers were scattered all over the street. When you have these many guns on our streets, this is the downstream impact of that. Everybody's got a gun. Everybody wants to use a gun. And then the guy we're talking about, it used to be a hand fight, is now a gunfight. As police search for the people involved, school leaders are focused on supporting the students and faculty. Our principals here, to lead that effort in her school, it's going to be a challenge. I mean, you see her, she's and struggling through this process, but we will work as a team to make sure that we have all the supports in the school. The principal of Roxborough High School also posted a message on the school's website saying there will be counselors, social workers, and other helpers to help students through this traumatic time.
I just can't believe it happened all too fast. Thank you, Carrie. Our team coverage continues with my uncle Siafa Lewis as he has the latest on the suspect's search and whatnot. What's the latest so far there?
2 shooters, neither of whom are currently in custody after their actions led to the death of that 14-year-old. As those students, those players are walking northbound of Peacham, we know at this point in time at least 2 individuals ambushed the group of students that are walking northbound on Peacham, striking 5 students total. Philadelphia PD is working to learn more about the suspects in this shooting. This is what all they're presently comfortable with sharing. We have at least 2 shooters that opened fire on these group of students that are pretty much finishing up again. We just know that from what we've gathered thus far, there are at least 2 shooters that we can identify are shooting at these students. They flee from this location on foot, and that's about where we have at this point in time. And there are multiple cameras in the area, which we obviously have to pull and review those for the video footage to see what more we can gather. When I asked if he had a message for the 2 shooters, the first deputy commissioner had this to say. I don't have enough beeps for me to give that, but again, the only thing I can say to that is, put the guns down. And if there is something that folks need, if there are issues that need to be resolved, let's find other ways to resolve conflict. Mayor Jim Kenney was not present at the scene. Instead, he issued a statement which reads in part, there are no words from what transpired earlier tonight. Another young life has been cut short. Others have been violent. Commissioner Stanford feels is the biggest message of all. Death is final. And I know a lot of kids see things, they see TV, they hear things, but I don't know how many of them understand that this is final. Death is final. So to recap, a family has lost a child, other families are in the hospital, and countless children will be forced to deal with the trauma of today's events for years to come, all because of the actions of those 2 shooters.
Let's hope the police can search for those shooters in the meantime. It's just so horrific. Thank you, Uncle Siafa. 3 of the shooting victims were rushed to Einstein Hospital, including that 14-year-old who passed away. With more on that news story, here's Ryan Hughes.
Visibly upset and understandably did not want to go on camera. 3 of the shooting victims were taken here to was transported by police but died about 20 minutes after the shooting. We spoke to the older brother of another 14-year-old who was shot. He tells me his little brother was near Roxborough High School when the shots were fired following that football scrimmage. At first, he wasn't sure if his brother survived. He says he was at work at the time when he got the call his brother was rushed to the hospital. My little brother's 14, and just hearing him get shot, the worst feeling in the world. It's scary for the kids to go to school, it's scary for the kids to come outside. It's just a war zone out here now. Another teen, a 17-year-old, was taken to Temple University Hospital after being shot in the arm and 3 times in his leg.
Oh my goodness. That's just so horrific to see things like that. Thank you, Ryan. Stay with Eyewitness News for the continuing coverage on the Philadelphia gun violence. You can always get live updates on CBS News Philadelphia and cbsphiladelphia.com. Development right now, a massive scrapyard fire starts to spew through thick smoke. This happened on 3rd and Sedgley at 5 o'clock. So we're being told that it is right next to the train tracks, but the fire caused significant delays to it. Nobody has been impacted by the fire. New Jersey Red Cross volunteers are on their way to Florida to make sure Hurricane Ian is going to be intensified. So, with that being said, anything could happen when you're in a hurricane. Just be cautious and swift, and be aware of your own surroundings. Let's take a quick look at the extended forecast. Cooler weather is definitely going to be on the horizon, as time will tell. Those satellite images of Hurricane Ian are definitely going to make sure it's going to rip through Cuba, parts of the Caribbean, among others to choose from. We'll be right back with more of CBS News Philadelphia Now on this Tuesday night.